This is a cheater. You can tell by his pathetic demeanor and his lifeless gaze. Since the dawn of the gaming era, we've had cheaters ratting around our games, making them unplayable for people who just want to have fun. And while I pondered on this aspect, I wanted to dig deeper. What makes a cheater tick? And more importantly, what makes them talk? Today I'm going to dive into cheating in video games, where it all started from and how it progressed to now, and who are the top cheaters plaguing our lives as we speak today. So grab your investigative goggles and your FBI badge and let's take a deeper look. In the early days of arcade gaming, cheats were often built into games for debugging purposes. Developers used cheat codes to test different parts of the game without playing through it. For example, the Konami code, up, up, down, down, left, right, BA, was famously introduced in Gradius for testing and became a staple in many Konami games. From there forward in the 1990s, cheats became mainstream, often as a deliberate feature by developers to enhance gameplay replayability or allow players to customize their experience. In Doom 1993, there was infamous cheats such as IDDQD for God Mode or IDKFA for all weapons. As networked games emerged, cheating began to affect competitive play, and it was no longer for customizing experience, but to create rats that like to rat around eating cheese like little wank stains that they are. In the early 2000s, as online multiplayer games gained popularity, so did cheating. Players used modified game clients, third-party software, and hacks to gain advantages in games like Counter-Strike and World of Warcraft. Developers began to lose their minds as they didn't think that people would go this far to feel like they're the best. Developers began deploying anti-cheat systems like Valve Anti-Cheat to detect and punish cheaters. In massively multiplayer online games, or MMOs, bot programs were used to create mini rats without brains to automate resource farming and distribute in-game economies. Just like the fucking plague, the rats began to multiply. If you think that cheating stopped at the door of professional gaming, you're wrong and stupid. In the early 2010 era, the growth of esports brought increased scrutiny to cheating. Players used software hacks, hardware modifications, or even subtle tricks like exploiting game mechanics to gain an edge. The rats employed advanced techniques such as kernel-level hacks, packet manipulation, and scripting for games like Fortnite and Overwatch. However, as it was the early 2010s and streaming was becoming more popular, the players that were caught cheating often faced severe backlash. And with that backlash, companies started deploying higher-level anti-cheat technologies, including Riot's Vanguard for Valorant.
But here's the thing that makes Valorant different. Faceit's anti-cheat can be turned off at any time, and if I wanted to, I could simply relaunch it, opening the app. But with Valorant, if I want to go ahead and exit out of Vanguard, it gives me a warning saying that the game depends on its functionality and will stop working until I restart my computer.
The war against cheating continues today, and it has not gone down anymore. And with the advancement of AI technology, I fear it could only get worse. Or maybe developers will use this tool in their favor to win the arms race between cheaters and developers. I wanted to make a chapter about Elon Musk, one of the greatest gamers of all time. Or maybe that's untrue, as recently he's been under fire in the gaming community for being a little fucking rat. Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla and SpaceX, has recently become embroiled in a gaming controversy involving allegations of cheating in popular action role-playing games like Diablo 4 and Path of Exile 2.
His weapon is, I kid you not, one of the best, if not the best staffs on the entire hardcore trade league. You cannot even buy it. Insane weapon.
These affixes are, I'd hate to say perfect, but they're they might be perfect.
Musty had previously boasted about his high rankings and achievements in these games, claiming to be among the top players globally. However, that was all a lie. When Musty went live to play Path of Exile 2, his viewers were confused. Despite his character possessing high-level equipment, Musty appeared unfamiliar with the basic game mechanics, making dumbass mistakes and seemed very inconsistent with his knowledge of the game.
4 things there. So this one has a real risk of dying.
4 things. What are those things?
God, dude. 4 things. It's 4 things, dude.
This one
You
has
are
a real risk of
not
dying.
this far in the game and calling it 4 things. Stop, bro.
This led to people being suspicious that he might have engaged in account boosting. Account boosting is a game practice where a player, the booster, plays on another player's account to achieve higher rankings, unlock achievements, or acquire in-game items. The account owner typically pays for this service or exchanges it for other benefits. Boosting is controversial because it disrupts the competitive balance and often violates a game's terms of service. This whole situation spiraled out of control and later attracted Nicorex, a top Diablo player, who shared a direct message exchanging with Elon Musk.
And so Nico Rest asked Musk if they've had someone else play their accounts and or bought gear and resources in Path of Exile 2 and Diablo 4, to which Musk responded with a 100 emoji. Quote, "I'm also on multiple streams with Rob and Ace, but when I post a video of a game or I'm streaming, that's 100% me." So now you're admitting it. So you paid people to level it up. You didn't actually do that, which you could have just admitted to in the first place rather than lying about it for literally weeks. I don't understand that.
In this conversation, Musty acknowledged using account boosting, saying it's impossible to beat the players in Asia if you don't, as they do.
Churlish.
In response to all of this backlash, Musty has defended his actions by pointing out that account boosting is a common practice among players. So it's fine, right guys? No, Musty, it's not. He emphasized that he never claimed sole credit for leveling his character and that his public gameplay is entirely his own. I needed to put this chapter in because it ties perfectly into the next chapter of our investigation, and I fear it's going to alarm you. Cheating is for pathetic losers, and if you cheat, you are a pathetic loser. I don't know how else to put it. Cheating exposes a lack of respect for the game, for others, and ultimately for yourself. It's the easy way out, chosen by those unwilling to face challenges, improve, or accept failure as part of growth. You want the glory without the grind, the power without earning it, or the win without the skill. Maybe you can't handle losing, or maybe you can't curve the thrill of breaking the rules, or maybe you're just chasing hollow validation because you're too insecure to compete fairly. Whatever the reason is, cheating doesn't just ruin the game for others, it reveals your inability to face reality, your inability to put in effort, and your inability to value true accomplishment. Cheating doesn't make you smarter, stronger, or better, it just makes you a fraud. And it makes you a fucking rat.
Yeah, you've streamed yourself dominating tier 100 nightmare dungeons.
I can cruise through tier 100 nightmare dungeons like a stroll in the park.
This concludes my findings of what a cheater is, how it all began, and where it is now. And I hope by the end of this, you've learned something. I'm talking to you cheaters, and I'm not just talking about the ones that put hacks in games, but also the ones that screen peek on Call of Duty. Yes, you're included in the rat category, and I will never trust you again. Games are for having fun, and you undermine that, and therefore you are banished.
Shame. 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 Shame.
Anyways, thank you for watching. If you like the video, subscribe if you want to subscribe. I post videos every Sunday, and I'll see you on the next one. I don't know what I'm gonna make. I want to make a video about Rainbow Six, but I don't know what I want to talk about really, you know? Like, I don't know. If you have any ideas, let me know. But that's it.